They told me God doesn't give you more than you can handle. I must have been a goddamn vault. I must have been a fortress full of blood, because I kept getting more. More loss, more silence, more proof that God was either cruel or an absentee father. Just gone. They say you're not supposed to question faith. But what do you call a question that never gets answered? What do you call a prayer that sounds exactly like your mother's voice the night she told you not to come home again? I don't want a God who watches me bleed and calls it a test. I want a God who flinches, who sobs in my mouth when I scream. I want a God who doesn't need me to dress my trauma in metaphors, who doesn't expect me to find purpose in the punchline, who lets me be angry without turning the lights off. I've prayed from the backseat of ambulances. I've prayed into toilets, into fists, into the broken mouth of a night that didn't want me. And maybe God is just the sound of your own voice saying, please, please stay. Please matter. Please don't leave me like this. Maybe faith isn't a choir. Maybe it's a single note you hum when you're too tired to cry. Maybe it's the decision to get up anyway. I lit candles in every color that Botanica said, dressed them in herbs, wrote intentions in my own blood when ink felt dishonest, left offerings to a goddess I didn't know the name of, but trust more than the preacher who asked if I'd been drinking when I told him I didn't want to die, but didn't want to live either. And I believed, for real, not because someone said I had to, but because I needed something to stand in the fire with me. I needed a God who doesn't look away. A God who doesn't need me to wear a dress to be considered clean. A God who isn't ashamed of how many people I've loved in bodies that look like mine. A God who knows I cuss when I pray and never once tries to clean me up. A God who says, stay wild, stay alive, stay loud. I've got room for all of it, for all of you. I don't go to church. I build altars out of grief and spit and survival, out of pills I didn't take, out of texts I didn't send, out of nights I wanted to end it and didn't. I don't kneel. I rise. I rise with my busted knees, with my weary spine, with my story spilling out of every open place they told me to seal shut. And I say thank you to whatever God held the match while I set fire to the lie that I had to earn the right to my own existence. Here's what I know. Some days faith isn't pretty. It's not the hymn, it's the howl. It's the ugly cry you sob into the steering wheel on the way home from work. It's the whisper you make to the ceiling when you're not even sure you believe anymore, but say it anyway. Please, 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 if anyone is up there, please be listening. And maybe you never get the answer, but you show up to say it again tomorrow anyway.